I pre-ordered a very special tarot and oracle deck, and today they are here. I ordered from the Three Trees Tarot, and they make a conscious effort to be as environmentally sustainable as possible. How gorgeous is this little card that came with it, and I got a bunch of free little things too, like this absolutely stunning fridge magnet. I mean, look at it. It's wooden and it's just perfection. It's going straight on my fridge. The little touches like this make it seem so much more special. And then I got two little packs, I assume. Well, I know one was for the Thistledown Oracle deck and the other was for the Oak, Ash and Thorn Tarot. So this is the Thistledown Oracle, and it came with like little mini prints. It came with, this was a preview of an upcoming deck called The Winding. And then it also came with like a little thank you note. Basically tells you what the deck is for, what you can use it for, the energies with it, and a little sticker as well as a little postcard. And then this is so excited, I can't even speak. So special, so cool. It's a little certificate of authenticity. So I'm number 68 of the people that bought this deck, which I just think is a really special touch. And then this is the little envelope that came with the Oak, Ash and Thorn deck. So again, we've got like little mini prints, we've got little mini stickers, we've got another little preview for the upcoming deck, The Winding. And yeah, like I say, these little extras just make a big difference. And again, as we did with the Oracle, we just kind of got an introduction to the deck and what you can expect. And just like we did with the Oracle deck, we've got another certificate of authenticity. I was number 91 with this deck. I love the little gold star as well. It just feels very, just very special. And then look how beautiful each deck was wrapped. Again, there's no like sellotape, glue, anything like that. It's just brown paper with beautiful stickers. And then it was just a little message to say that there was some paperwork in the box. But again, even that is beautiful. So let's go ahead and open up the first deck. We're going to start with the Oracle deck, just because that's what I fancy. This box is a tuck box, and as you can see, it is beautifully embossed. And then it's got like the name and the volume on the back and all those special little details. I actually really love the simplicity of this box, the fact that it is just a card with this beautiful embossing. And then we will look through the cards in a bit, but let's just have a look at the tarot box. Now, both deck boxes have had a change up since their classic editions. The tarot now comes in this two-part box. There is no glue here. Again, it's very environmentally friendly. It is just this corrugated cardboard, again with some beautiful embossing. This is lovely and it is special in its own right, but if I'm really honest, I did prefer the tuck box edition. But I feel mean saying that because I feel like I'm criticising someone's beautiful work, and don't get me wrong, it is still beautiful. I just would prefer if they were both tuck boxes. The outside of this box doesn't say what the deck is, but it does say on the inside. And again, I appreciate just the little gold star in there, just kind of bringing everything together. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the cards. So there was this little art print at the bottom, which you can use to poke out the cards, but it's not a card in itself, it's just a beautiful little peephole piece of art there. I always find this bit so fun, just taking off like the tape around the deck and just seeing it for the first time. So it's quite a big deck. Before I talk more about the cardstock, neither of these decks come with guidebooks. Well, not printed versions anyway. You get a PDF copy, but it does come with this little card where it gives you keywords for each card really. Some people might like this because it kind of leans more into your intuition whilst giving you a little prompt, but some people might prefer having a physical guidebook. It's just something to consider with this deck. Now let's quickly flip through all of the cards. As you can see, the artwork is absolutely beautiful. It was the thing that drew me to this deck, as well as being obviously very woodland and nature based, because, well, if you know me, you know that I adore that. Sorry, but how cute is that card? I don't really know how to explain it, but the deck feels very genuine and very authentic. It doesn't feel, well, it's not mass produced. You can really feel the energy in it, the energy of being created by someone who really cares about what they're creating. In terms of the cardstock is quite thick. It funnily enough, is very much like a card. Some people prefer this. My preference personally is more of like a linen blend. But if you're going to go with a thicker cardstock, this is a lovely thicker cardstock to go with. It definitely feels good quality. I don't feel like the cards are going to get ruined very easily at all. It feels a very durable deck, which I appreciate. And in terms of the finish, it's not like 100% matte, but it's not glossy either. It leans more on the matte side with a slight hint of, I guess, not glossiness, but a little bit of something. When it came to remaking the decks, they chose to basically make all of their decks a little bit more uniform. So the font on the new tarot matches the font on the new oracle now, whereas before the fonts, they were similar, but they just differed slightly. If you don't know, the Three Trees Tarot also have, I think is it 2 other tarot decks, or is it 3? I lose the plot. But this was my personal favourite. They also do it in a pocket version or a miniature version, which was very, very tempting because, well, I just love a small little deck as well. But in the end, I decided to go with the full-size version as it was more similar in size to the oracle deck, and I planned to do combined readings, and I just thought it would visually look better to have more closer in size cards. That's not grammatically correct, but you know what I mean. What I love about these cards as well is you very much can still read the traditional kind of tarot imagery in them as well, but it's obviously taken its own stance. Okay, moving on to the Thistledown Oracle. The tuck box was actually very easy to open, which I was very pleased about because I'm always a little bit worried about ruining those kinds of boxes. And then this is the back of the cards, and then we're just going to really quickly flip through. What I appreciate about this oracle deck is the real simple words at the bottom. I like that you can look at the card and very easily see what it's about, but also because there isn't too much there, you can really kind of lean into your own intuition to see what you think the card is saying. For example, darkness here could mean one thing to one person and a completely different thing to another person. Again, if I'm being super fussy, I would prefer this to just be woodland animals and not have dragons in the mix as well, just because I love the realism of like forest and woodland. But if I lean into it as more like a fantasy woodland, then I can appreciate and understand the dragons, and they are really beautiful. I think it's because the deck that I have chosen doesn't contain any dragons, but I know that there is another deck of theirs. I forget what it's called. I think it's Smoke, Ash and something. Smoke, Ash and Ember, I think. That is a very heavily dragon based deck. So it does make sense that their oracle deck does contain dragons as well. It kind of blends their decks together, which I do really appreciate that. Like I say, everything that the Three Trees Tarot creates is very cohesive. You can tell it's well thought out, and there's a lot of care that has gone into this. Overall, I would say that these are beautiful decks to add to your collection if you are looking for something that feels very special and very obviously nature-based. If you're someone who loves whimsical forest fantasy type things, then I'm sure you will love these decks. The oracle cards are just slightly shorter than the tarot cards, but they're the same thickness, same kind of cardstock. These are 2 blank cards that you can use as yes or no cards, or put your own interpretation on it. Let me know your thoughts.